Thank you for paying for the, what do you call it, the mortgage. Thank you. Simple thank you and simple please. That before marriage was so common that we did it. A minute after marriage, nobody said please, nobody said thank you. Suddenly we became a normal human being. No thank you, no please, no romantica, no opening doors, no closing doors. This is what usually happens. In some cases 1 week after, in some cases few months after, in some cases few years. But all of us change a minute that we get married. And there's no respect and no dignity. For 23 years, one of the things that I admire my wife is after 23 years, she still has to ask me, can you please? I love it. Thank you. Being a mensch is a mensch. A mensch never change. A human being, mensch in Yiddish, is the greatest compliment that you can get. To be a human being. With your customer, you always act nice. Why? How come with your wife right away, or with your husband you change, and with the customer? It's all about the word you said. The most important thing is to say thank you. I share with you already the story. I will make it in a short version. One of the stories that touched my heart, I don't remember the names. You remember that I don't remember names, so it's okay. But you can check it in YouTube and Google and any place in the media with this woman that I believe that she came from the settlement Be'eri. And she was like, maybe she's 60 years old. She had interview in the TV. She's one of the survivors. One of the only survivors. They killed over there maybe 140 people in that settlement. One of the worst settlements from one of them is Be'eri. Now, they asked this woman, how did you get saved? She said, I got stuck in a safe room, right? Every house had a safe room. And, I went in, I put some food, enough food. You had 15 seconds, 12 seconds to run in. And that minute, I ran in, I took a few food, and I even went back a few times because I thought that it's only missiles. I never knew that terrorists come to surprise us. Nobody knew. And then I opened my WhatsApp, the community WhatsApp, and then I saw. And then I was running in and I closed my eyes. I had pictures of the Rabbi Asher Vaknin. I had chitat, chumash Tehillim Tanya, charity box. She said, I'm not religious, but my child made teshuvah. My child is a Lubavitcher. He became a Chabad. And he gave me these pictures. I put the pictures in the safe room. I closed the door and I'm looking and I said, and I hear the terrorists coming into my house. 12 terrorists was in the house, trying to break the safe room. Shooting, grenade, you don't understand. What exactly I can do? I had nothing to do. 60 years old, alone. I'm lonely. There's no husband, nobody there to help. So she said, the only thing that I can do is to say thank you. She started. Thank you, Hashem, for giving me life, a house, children, grandchildren. Thank you for me being healthy. Thank you for the garden. Thank you for this. Thank you for having not only children. Thank you for the Rabbi Asher Vaknin. She saw the pictures. Thank you. For 5 minutes she said thank you. When she finished, she repeated thank you again and again. 48 hours. Mantra. You know what's my mantra? Repeating the same thank you. Every 5 minutes she repeats. 48, they tried to break the doors. They killed almost 12 terrorists in a house. The army, the IDF never even came to look. Nobody believed that somebody is alive over there. She came out from the windows, 60 years old. And she came out and she said, what David HaMelech said in Tehillim, Amarti toda v'noshati. Borei Olam, I said thank you, and I got saved. Unreal. Why is it so difficult for us to say thank you? And thank you do not start with God. Obvious that to say thank you to Hashem, a Jew open his eyes. The first word that coming out from your mouth is Modeh Ani Lefanecha. One of the best speech that I heard, it was a child, maybe 10 or 12 years old. He made a beautiful speech, Michael, in front of 5,000 rabbis. Do you know what it means in the age of 10 to speak in front of not 1,000, 5,000 rabbis? It was 2 weeks ago in the Rabbi Asher conference, the Rabbi Asher Chabad conference. Now, that child from Shderot, from the city Shderot, Shderot is almost empty, 60,000 people left. He came and he spoke and he shared with all the audience, all the rabbis, what's the meaning to live in such a place that have terrorist attacks and bombs all over. So he said, me being a child, I got used to running away. And when you hear the siren, you have exactly 12 seconds to hide. What do you do in 12 seconds? So you're running into the safe room. And if not the safe room, you're sitting down in the floor. And you hide, you put your hand. You have under the car, above the car, inside. You're trying to save yourself. And I will tell you what do you do in 12 seconds. And if I was there to prepare a speech, he spoke beautiful. Beautiful, perfect. He said in 12 seconds you can go and convince another Jew to put a tefillin. To convince another Jew to eat kosher. Chabad. 12 seconds, what do you need 12 seconds? Everybody's running Chabad. Actually, you want to put the tefillin? The last 12 seconds. I will add one thing. They said that when Baruch this is Baruch is good. You know why 12 seconds is important? Because they said according to the medicine field that when you wake up in the morning, don't jump out from the bed. It's dangerous. When I say dangerous, I'm talking about in a sense that God forbid a person can get a heart attack. So much. You cannot jump out from the bed. You're going to ask the doctor, so how long I have to be in the bed before I jump? 12 seconds. You know what's 12 seconds? מודה אני לפניך, מלך אל חי וקיים, שהחזרת בי נשמתי, בחמלה, רבה אמונתך. How many words? 12. 12 words can respond to the 12 seconds. What can save you from any heart attack, from any obstacle, is to say thank you. You know what I'm going to do in 12 seconds? מודה אני. To say thank you to each other. To say thank you to your parents. To say thank you to the Almighty God. Yes, indeed. Thank you start with finish and finish with Hashem Yitbarach. But in order together, we have to say thank you to each other. Thanksgiving is a holiday that reminds all of us. It's not our holidays, but it's good to be a reminder how much thank you is important. Because it's always the way that you see this week parasha. I didn't plan to speak about it, but it's so nice. Yaakov Avinu came and spoke to the shepherd. You remember where Yaakov Avinu met his wife? Where Yaakov Avinu met Rachel?
In the field.
In the field or in the well? Where Yitzchak Avinu, Eliezer find the wife of Yitzchak in the well. Where Moshe Rabbeinu find his wife? My question to you, why all of them met in the well? Well, it's not a shopping mall. I said shopping mall. Today, most of the religious people, if you are religious, you're going to meet your wife where? In the lobby of the Sheraton, Hilton. Some people here, Rich Carlton. You're going to meet. If you're not religious, you're going to be in the mall. But nobody, the first date. But nobody's going today to the well to look for a wife. So maybe you might going to say it, and the whole time the well was the centerpiece. I saw a beautiful explanation. The reason that in the whole time they met in the well is maybe to teach all of us the secret from Shalom Bayit. The secret for Shalom Bayit is to become like a water. What is the difference between water and fire? Ash. Water is mine. What's the difference? Michael, what's the difference between fire and the water?
It flows.
Beautiful. Dr. Michael said beautiful. Fire is going up. Water is coming down. The nature of water. Put water like this, they're going. And they're melting. By the way, water always melting. If I'm gonna break this wood, and I'm gonna stitch it back, I'm gonna put crazy glue, whatever. Are you gonna see where exactly I broke it?
Yes.
If God forbid, if somebody will do surgery, and they're gonna stitch it, that they're gonna see where exactly the surgery happened, 50 years later. Any woman know that if God forbid you had to pass, the baby is healthy, C-section, for years you can see it. It's the reality. Anything you break, plastic, wood, metal, when you put it together, you always can see. Water is the only items that when you break it, I'm going to put right now something on the water. I made separation. A minute I took it. You will ever see. You will ever know when exactly I broke it. Water have the ability to blend, to unify, reconnect in a perfect way, and water always coming down. Maybe to teach all of us, the secret of Shalom Bayit is, calm down. Have humility. The reason that ladies, you're going to the mikveh once a month. And gentlemen, you're going to the mikveh almost every day. Even though it's not obligation, some of you is going to the mikveh every day. Why are you going to the mikveh? Now you become naked. And after you become naked, you're going down to the water. And then you're going in to the water. And then, again, boom, nobody see you. What exactly happened? Maybe to teach you to become like a water. Stop with this arrogant. Who are you to talk to me like this? I am a doctor. I am a lawyer. Relax. You're nobody.
Thank you.
You're, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be personal. Nobody told me to speak about it. I'm not getting paid for it, Don't think that I have any connections. Okay, please. You look too personal. Daniel. Balagan, Daniel. Barkir, what exactly happened in the class? We don't see it. Please. I need to drink water. Don't raise my voice. Don't. Take all the air out. Remember that the purpose of getting married is having a good life. Remember that the only difference between a good life and what? Listen to this one. Yaakov Avinu coming into the wells, to the water. Before he met Rachel, he see many people sitting down for no reason on the wells. And Yaakov Avinu start to rebuke him. Listen to what Yaakov Avinu tell them. Excuse me guys, what are you doing here? I don't understand. This is early morning. You're supposed to go to take the sheep out, to give them to eat. You get paid for it. What is this, a walking bounce? You're sitting down here for 3 or 4 hours for no reason? I know you're a thief. And even if you're boss, even if you're the boss, why are you losing so much time? The animal need to eat. But if you're not the boss, if you're walking, you are gonna win. And listen to what the answer is. They go in. Non-Jewish people. You know what the answer is? I'm sorry. The only reason we came early, because nobody can open the well. We need all of us together to pick up the cover. In the well, they used to have cover. It was so heavy, Yaakov had the ability to pick it alone. But they need like 20 to 40 people to pick it. So they said, listen, the only reason is we're waiting for everybody to come. My question to you is like this. Rabbi Shmuel Kamenetsky, one of Gedolei Israel in America. He is the one that asked the question, and he's the one that gave a profound explanation. A Jew come to you, a person that you don't know, and he start to rebuke you. He start to, excuse me, what are you doing here? You are ganav. What are you going to do to him? If you're a nice guy, you're going to tell him, excuse me, who are you? Why are you getting involved in my life? That I know you from somewhere? If you're not a nice guy, you might going to give him blessing for him, for his grandmother, for his grandmother, Ahmad Kunam. You're going to bless the whole family. If you're going to be really not nice, you're going to tell him, can we step outside? And let's finish it. And you're going to break his face. Who are you? I know you for 3 seconds, and you already rebuke me. How come they even respond nice to them? They even respond to him so nice. Yes, I'm sorry, you have to understand. Who are you to rebuke us? Usually to rebuke a person, you need to get to know. A person is coming into a synagogue. After 5 seconds in the synagogue, he's coming to tell him, listen, that tefillin that you put is wrong. You never put tefillin in your lifetime. Why? The guy, you know him, 5 seconds, you don't even know him. 5 seconds he's in there. What are you going to do to him? This guy came 5 seconds, he's rebuking. Listen to what Rabbi Shmuel Kamenetsky said. The only difference is one word. If you use this word, rebuke sounds so nice. And if you don't use it, wow. Rebuke sounds so bad. And what's the word? How did Yaakov Avinu start? And this is a message to all of us. Achai, my brother. A man that used the word my brother. How many times you come to your wife and you want something from your wife? Jonam Bazam. That's it. Now, whatever you're going to say after that, she's smiling, she's moving the eyes, she's blushing, they call it in English, I don't know, blushing, right? She's blushing. What can I do to you? Even though you ask her to do laundry and to do this, she's never complaining. What exactly? My dear wife, you're the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm so happy that I got married. I don't know what I did to be lucky to have you. Can I ask you a small favor? And the dinner tonight, can you make oshpelo? מה זה oshpelo? Oshpelo, osebo, gushgush, chatusebo, everything. In the house, she's singing. What exactly happened? You know what happened? One word. My dear husband, בעלי היקר, אח שלי, my brother. A minute that you use, I said, is all about how, it's not the package. We're in Black Friday very soon. And you know, one of the secrets of packaging is not the items, it's the package. Today they give you diamonds. And the diamonds, maybe it's not so clean. Maybe VVS, VV1, I don't know what it is, nonsense. But maybe the clarity is not so good. And the shape is not good. But Michael, today they put it in a box. 3D lights. Wow. You open the box. Wow. You look, the diamonds look like a minute. The wife said, wow. My husband. The box costs more from the diamonds. The diamonds, they are lab diamonds. They're not even, no real diamonds, but labs. And it looks so nice and so stunning. And you say, wow, Hashem Melech. It's all about the packaging. In life, it's all about the way that you package. You package it nice. You come to customers. Now he know and you know that you're here to steal his money. So how come he agree? Very simple. Wow, a minute that you tell them, you're so smart, you're so brilliant. My brother, do you want to invite lunch? Let's eat together lunch. I order. Wow, you order lunch. This guy is my brother, actually. A minute later, he didn't pay for this lunch. He paid for the lunch for the next 2 years. Don't worry, he's going to pay for the lunch. But what exactly happened? The packaging. When you have a husband and wife, it's not what you said. The reason we have so much fight and argument is because whether we are two arrogant people, we blow up like a balloon, nobody like to bend over, nobody like to go down like the waters. Yes, we're going down once a month in the mikveh, and that's it. The whole month I'm like this. Woman rights. Woman rights. Woman rights. This is 2023 America. Don't say this is not Bukhara. You cannot tell me like this. I am a nurse. I make more salary from you. Who are you to talk to me like this? I don't need you. I'm asking myself, it was good that I got married with you. I'm still debating. 3 children together and she's still debating. Recalculated. You know this GPS that get the news? Recalculated. 3 years, 3 children. I'm still thinking. My father's house was so perfect. So why you came here? Stay in your father's house. Ladies and gentlemen, water meaning, psst, relax. And secondly, it's all how you package the package. My dear husband, can you, by any chance, when you're going out, can you pick up the garbage with you? He will sing when he's going to take the garbage. השם הקדוש ברוך הוא, אנחנו אוהבים אותך. אין עליך בעולם. But the minute you tell him, hello, garbage, take the garbage. Never happened in Bukhara that a woman spoke to the husband like this. Never. I know because I got married. I came from Tashkent and you came from Shamshachi. They always told me this. Watch out from the Shamshachi. How do you call it? Shamshachi? I don't know. Don't get me involved. I'm sorry. I don't know what Shamshachi. I don't know. Don't. I'm just joking. Don't take it personal. A little more water. A little more water.
Okay, Tashkent is the best.
Tashkent is the best. Okay, Baruch Hashem. Why? Everybody that came from Tashkent, clap your hands. Yes. Bukhara. Anyone that came from Bukhara, please. Wait. Balagan, Mikhail. Today's Balagan. I don't know what exactly. Bakir, what exactly happened? Tashkent is the best. Okay, Baruch Hashem.
I came from New York, please.
Okay. Moreover, Rabotai, it's all about the package. Remember that for life. You came to spend 1 hour of Torah, to be connected to Hashem Yisbarach, for the sake of the soldiers of Israel, for the sake of the kidnaps that will be released, all of them, by Ezrat Hashem Bekarov. But for our sake as well. For our sake, meaning, remember how do you package. But today I'm going to come to you and I'm going to give you a chidush. A chidush that you will never forget. What a chidush, what a chidush. I was planning to think about chinuch eladim. I'm going to say. Because I don't want to miss this chidush. This is a life-changing chidush. Wow. If Boruchov, Mrs. and Mr. Boruchov came, and I miss him so much, and I said in the life, my glasses are from Boruchov. You know what's meant to see the world in a Boruchov eyes? Why? Everything look bright and brilliant. But I will tell you like this. If this is so, I will tell you Chidush. Come the Magen Avraham, and he said like this. They have a pasuk that said, Al kol korbanecha takriv melach. Right? And every sacrifice they used to put salt. When Beit HaMikdash was exist, when the whole temple was exist, they used to put salt. So come the Magen Avraham and write, and this is the reason that today you always have salt in the tables. You know, no matter if you're going to use the salt or not, if you need to use, because today the bread is already salted. But no matter what, you always have salt in the tables. What's the reason you have salt in the tables? Because shemagen mipnei haporanut. Salt protect from anything bad to happen to you. Salt is the greatest protection from anything bad to happen to you. Why do we put salt? I will tell you 3 reasons. One reason is because if you remember when God divided the water, right? When God created the world, it was water from top to bottom. In order to create this physical world, Borei Olam and I believe Monday had to divide between Mayim Elyonim to Mayim Tachtonim. Meaning, he had to divide, Dr. Mikhail, between the water above and the water under. And the water under, the water that we have, the sea, start crying. Why did the water under start to cry? Said, God, we used to be so close to you. Now this is how far you are from us. Why you choose them and not us? I don't understand. Why you put us here? We used to be close. Why do we have to lose? You know what God said? Don't worry. Because the tears that you cry, what's the taste of the tears? Salty. I will force every sacrifice. When they're going to come to the Mishkan, to the sacrifice, to get close to me, it's going to be salt that represent the water. Meaning the power of tears. When you cry over something, you're always going to get what you cry. Because of that, we have salt in the tables. To remember the power of tears. That water was crying, and Borei Olam put the water in the sacrifice. Now every table, every time you eat, you have what? Salt. Beautiful. Second reason is, and I'm going to get to the third reason. The reason I give this class is to hear the third reason. The second reason is, how do you write melach in Hebrew? Mem lamed chet. You see why it's important to have food and salt in the tables? Because you know why? But it's not the reason. You know what's the reason? This is the reason you dip the water, but why you put it in the tables? Because usually when a person eats, it becomes arrogant. But you realize when you come to Yom Kippur, the first night of Yom Kippur is very difficult to cry. Try to cry in Erev Yom Kippur, in the eve of Yom Kippur. You know why it's so difficult to cry in Erev Yom Kippur? You come like a balloon. You eat like you're going to fast for the next 20 days. Everybody eat more until the last minute and water and more. It's different. Why? And when you become balloon, it's very difficult. In the morning, you're already much more sincere and broken heart. And then afternoon, in Shat Ne'ilah or Mincha, it's so easy to cry and to connect to your sin. Because you feel humility. By the way, this is the reason that Halakha, we're not allowed to eat before Shacharit. We're not allowed to eat before Shacharit. You cannot eat, especially Sfaradim. They are very strong in this. Why you cannot eat? Not tuchlu al adam. When you're fighting for your own soul, you cannot come to fight. You cannot come and pray after you eat, because after you eat, you don't feel the need and the thirst for God. So you know why we put in salt in the tables? Because salt reminds a human being to become humility. You know how salt reminds? How do we write salt? Mem lamed chet. Mem מאין באת. למד, לאן אתה הולך? חטא, דין וחש, חשבון. 3 things a person has to remember in order to stay focused all his life. Remember where you came from. Sperm, small sperm. You remember where you're going to? Dirt. After 120 years you're going to die and be in the graves. So why are you collecting so much money and so much wealth? You don't take nothing with me. I'm sorry. Why do you think who I am, who you are? You came from a dirt and you're going back to dirt. I'm sorry to mention. And in between you're going to give din v'cheshbon to the Almighty God. This is what melech. Mem lamed chet. Mem מאין באת. למד לאן אתה הולך. חטא חשבון. דין וחשבון. Beautiful, right? But listen to the third reason. A Maggid Memezrich. I heard that from Rabbi Ayal. Rabbi Amram, he said, beautiful. From the Maggid Memezrich. I love it. When I heard it, I said, I know that I'm going to share it tonight. The Maggid Memezrich writes, what is the secret to eliminate all the sickness, all the obstacles, all the suffering in your life? You will never have any suffering. You know what's this? What the Magen Avraham writes? What's the reason we put salt? To avoid all the suffering from our life. What's the secret to avoid anything bad? Put salt. Because the salt have a message. That if you're going to remember this message, you will see that your Shalom Bayit will be perfect. Not good, perfect. What's the secret of salt? Salt is one of the only items, maybe the only items that all is creation, all is existent is for somebody else. Did you ever saw a person eat salt by salt? Very rare, right? A person do not eat salt by salt. So why do we need salt? We don't need salt. We need salt for the chicken. So the salt said, in order that the chicken is going to be tasty good, I'm willing to exist, to put myself on this chicken. And we need salt for the fish. And we need salt for the salad. And we need salt for the bread. And we need salt for the hospital, for everything. All my existence is to do what? To do good with somebody else. And my existence is no reason for it. Because nobody needs me for myself. Sugar is not. We need sugar for the tea. But some people need sugar. How do you call it? Kanchori, shanchori? They give you the sugar, right? You eat sugar by sugar. Right? Because of that, it's so sweet. But salt have no other existence. Daniel, the reason that salt is exists is to do what? Only to serve others. Borei Olam said, if your purpose is to serve others, you will never see any suffering in your life. Unreal, huh? You're not good for me. Who said that she's supposed to be good for you? Maybe your purpose is to serve your husband or to serve your wife. This is what your purpose is. Your purpose is not to do breakfast that you're going to get lunch. Your purpose is to do breakfast because you need to do breakfast. That's it. If you're going to get lunch or not, this is already side effect. But it's not obligation. We're serving somebody else in order to pay us back. The purpose, what do we say? And 2 weeks from now is going to be Hanukkah. How many candles we have in the Hanukkah? How many candles? 8 or 9? 9. How many candles we are obligated? No, 1 every day, but how much we light in the 8 days? 8. So the 8 is obligation, right? If you have enough, the 8 is obligation. The shamash is obligation. Do we need the shamash? No. You don't need the shamash. Can you do beracha on the shamash? No. זה ברכה לבטלה. Some people, before they light the shamash, ברוך אתה, להדליק נר חנוכה. שיחנו. What you? You're not allowed to do it. The shamash has no purpose. What's the purpose of the shamash? Happy, right? So I'm asking you like this. Why the shamash is the tallest? That you realize that the shamash is the tallest? They have 2 reasons, maybe 2 or 3 reasons why. But today I'm going to stick with 1 reason. You know why the shamash is the tallest? Because if all your purpose is to light somebody else, Borei Olam will put you on the top. If your purpose is to do good to your husband, God will put you on the top. Not to do good to yourself, to do good to your wife. I'm here to make sure that my wife will be happy. To serve somebody else. How nice is that, huh? The purpose of salt. And the reason that salt avoids us from all the sickness, from all the obstacles. They always tell you, put salt. You remember when we used to be little children? Our mother used to put salt in our package. It's good for Ainara, it's good for evil eyes, it's good for Negara, it's good for, God forbid, the devil or damages. Salt is protection for anything. Until today, many people work with salt in there. And the question is why? I understand that salt is good for the food. Okay, the food we know. מאין באת, לאן אתה הולך, לפני מי? Salt is tears, okay, you remember the food. But why people is going with the package with salt? And the answer is to remind you that if your purpose is to do good to others, you will never see any bad in your life. But in this physical world, all our purpose is to do good to ourselves. What I'm gaining from this marriage? I mean that I'm not gaining my benefit. So why I need to be here in this marriage? I got stuck, I lost, I made the mistakes. We are very selfish people. What I'm gaining, what I'm taking from this relationship, not what I'm giving. But it's not your purpose. Your purpose is to give. The reason we got married is in order to give to each other. Ahava in Hebrew is love. Love is not receiving. Have. Have meaning give. The purpose of getting married is to give, not to take. That's when they don't teach you in Hollywood and the movies. And the movies they teach you for many years that the purpose of marriage is you got from your wife. You got beauty, you got wisdom, you got money, you got a profession, you got. But it's not the purpose, I'm sorry. Because of that, the rate of divorce is 80%. Because this is not the purpose. So what's the purpose is to give? When we have children, what's the purpose of children? To do what? The purpose of a child is to bring somebody to the world that is user and abuser, and for the next 120 years, we're going to have to give him. And give him. Every time your son tells you, Abba, I love you, today they're not politically correct. 10 seconds later, Abba, do you have $100? I need to go with my friends. Abba, can you buy, a minute before you ask you, Nike, Jordan, Air, or Easy. Maybe the name is easy, but the price is not easy. $700. Now, a minute that he come, before he asks you for the shoes, Abba, Ima, you're the greatest parents I have. And the father right away, how much is going to cost me this guy? Why? He said, we are the best. Muslim. You see why? Because this is the purpose of children. We bring people to this world in order to give and to give and to give. You're fulfilling your purpose. We're not going to get nothing from our children. Nobody wants to get money from children. Nobody wants to be supported by children, and that is going to pay my mortgage. God, the Gemara said, embarrassing is the one that today, Masechet Kedushin, we studied today in the morning. It's embarrassing for the father that is getting charity from his own son. So why do we bring him if not to get? You bring him to give. This is the purpose. You got married to give. Remember the salt. Every time now you're going to look at the salt, you're going to remember. A creature that exists only to do good to others, protect from every suffer in this world. Protect from any obstacles. Mr. Lomov, what the explanation? Huh? This is the secret of salt. Mrs. Sionov, when you put salt on the table, what do you remember? My purpose is to do what? To do good to Daniel. En al Daniel kaparini. Jonam bazam. The purpose is to do good. And not to do good to you. To do good to others and only to do good to others. This is the message of salt. If this is so, I will end. In the next 5 minutes. By leaving you with one message. So we spoke about the importance of salt in our life. Salt. We spoke the 3 reasons why we have salt in the tables, and 1 reason why we have salt in general. 3 reasons why we have salt in the tables. The first reason is that the power of tears when a person is crying. The second reason is that salt is what? Remind you the 3 things that you have to remember. What? Remember where you come in. Remember where you're going. And remember in front of who you're going to be judged. And if you remember these 3 things, you will never be arrogant. Do you know who is my grandfather? Who are you? Did you ever ask yourself, who are you? Rabbi, don't look at me like this. My grandfather was a big rabbi in Bukhara. Chief rabbi. My grandfather, Babako, no? Why? He was chief. Not Bukhara, Tashkent, Shmamazi, how do you call it? Sheshvazi, all of them, all these places. He was the Mazer. The question is not who was the grandfather, who are you? So salt reminds us, psst, like the water. Humility. Go down. A little more down. The only way to become pure is to be naked and down. To remember where you came from. You came naked and you leave this world naked. And you came from down. You're going back to the ground. Like this. And you're dipping. Remind you, psst, all the air is out. But the last things, when you came here to hear, salt remind you that if all your purpose is to do good to others, if this is the purpose, you open a store, not to make money. Rabbi, business world. Why did they open the store? To make cash. This is not the purpose. The purpose of the store is to make money is that for every needy person that needs classes and he doesn't have money to pay, you're going to be there to do it. It's the purpose. Everything else is a side effect. Dr. Albert and Dr. Daniel, they're not here. Every human being that have no insurance and that need surgery, need root canal, need filling. You know how many people I send them, Israelis? No insurance, they don't even live. My memory, easily 15 people, and they made them root canal, and everything was for free. Few hours surgeries, nothing. Rabbi Vaknin, anyone that is need, we're here. But money-wise, it doesn't make money. It doesn't make, I'm losing money. I'm losing my time, I'm losing my work, nothing. If your purpose is to do only good to others, your business is going to be flourishing. Esh. Your life is going to be flourishing, and even the devil cannot touch you. שמגן עליו מכל פורענות. Magen Avraham write what? Salt protect you from any bad things to happen. That's it. My purpose is to make good to my wife. I wake up in the morning, I say Modani, and then I said, what's my purpose? I got married to make sure that my wife today all day long is going to be happy. After I say Modani, I said to my wife, thank you. Why thank you? Right away, a woman. In the morning she get upset. They don't need reason to get upset. It's funny. A man need a reason why to get upset. You need to push him, you need to get him. A woman opened the eyes already, she's already upset. Why you tell me thank you? Thank you for what? I'm sorry I said thank you. I'm taking my word. Anyway, please, ladies. Guy, don't get excited if you want to get. This is very normal in relationship. The one that's getting excited is because he's newlywed, Rocky. How do you call it the name? Rocky? Because you're Rocky. When you're leaving after 23 years, you're not getting excited. When your wife 24 hours is getting upset. Because it's nature. The hormones, the balagan, everything. You know, it's good. If she's not getting upset, you know, it's like children. When it's too quiet, what exactly happened? When your wife is too good, something is happening. When the pill is good. The pill is good. Red Bull with vodka. Ladies and gentlemen, you wake up in the morning and you tell your wife, you know my wife, I'm so lucky that I got married to you. You are the best thing that I ever did in my life. Thank you for the opportunity to be my wife. You know what's that's it. You don't ask nothing. You don't ask, make me coffee, wine, nothing to fight. You leave the house. You come to your worker and you tell your worker, thank you very much for working in my company. You don't have to raise their salary. Give a good word. I said, it's all about the packaging. Packaging costs much less from the item himself. But today is the most important. Even though the box costs $10, but it's so important because sometimes that light, that LED light can make such, I'm going to spend the $10 or $15 to look like $1 million. When you're coming into your wife and you said, my dear wife, and you don't ask nothing, I'm telling you, you're not going to need to ask. When you're sending a message to your husband and not the horrible message that you like to send, you send them a message. My dear husband, I love you. I made tonight special surprise for you. Beautiful food. Don't eat outside. Everything that I did for you, don't worry. Romantic, do the candles, we don't have to go outside. With wine, good wine. Me'ara, the cave, $100 about it. And I spend it for you, not for guests, not to show off, for you. And I dressed today special tonight, special for you. It's going to come home with you. Why do you put the extension? You know this extension that they have? Building department. Why do you put the extension? And then you put this, and makeup, and hair. Where are we going? And he's coming into the house, and he see the house set, beautiful table, only you and him. He said, my husband, we're not going nowhere. I did it for you. Wow. It's all about the packaging. Remember, our life is not to serve us, to remember the message of salt. If your creation is to do good for others, the shamash and the chanukia, no need. Al-Khawash, you don't need it. So why the shamash is the biggest? Because the whole purpose of shamash is to light somebody else. If this is the whole purpose that you have, it's not the purpose, you don't need it. You're going to be in the top. You're not in the same class, you're in much higher class. You are in the sky, you're close to me. Bo'olam said you're close to me. What a message. If this is so, I will end with this one. Moray Rabotai, time to pray. The Chidush Harim write, Moshe Rabbeinu pray 515 tefillot. And Borei Olam stopped him. The first time that Borei Olam said, Al tosef daber elai. Do not pray anymore to go to Israel. You're not going. Moshe Rabbeinu said, let me go for 1 year. God said, I'm sorry, it's too late. You're not going. Moshe Rabbeinu said, let me go like a dead man. Bury me in Israel, I'm not asking nothing. You're not going. כאן the Khatam Soferim writes, but if the Jewish nation pray for Moshe Rabbeinu even once, the whole nation, he will go in. The only reason he didn't go in because none of the people pray for him. But if the Jewish nation pray for him even once, he will go in. The power of the tefillah of Klal Israel changing the world. The Midrash writes, Moshe Rabbeinu told them, one can save 600,000. 60 ribu is 60. Yes, 600,000, right? Yes, 600,000. One, Moshe Rabbeinu, when God wanted to kill the whole Jews, he stood up. And 600,000 cannot save one person. You had the opportunity to pray for me. Ladies and gentlemen, every Shabbat morning here at the BJCC at Minan third floor, we have at 7:30 in the morning, reading Tehillim. We already have it this Shabbat 6 weeks. Every Shabbat we finish 10 books of Tehillim. We have 25 to 30 people every morning, every Shabbat morning. 1 hour before Tefillah, on Shabbat. We don't understand how many soldiers we save in this moment. How many life of the president, of the one that in prison we save. If we're all going to be unity and united to pray for the sake of the Jewish nation, to cry for them. Somebody asked Rabbi Asher Vaknin beautiful questions. How can I feel the pain? I'm American Jew. I'm not living in Gaza. I'm not living in Israel. He said, close your eyes. It's like, close your eyes for a second and think that one of your children is in the tunnel of Gaza for the last 15 days. It's going to be difficult to cry. It's going to be very easy. Huh? Suddenly, when this is your child, God forbid, it will never happen to your children. But the minute that I'm thinking, I went one time, was a woman that wanted to divorce. And she went on the rabbis and nobody succeeded. And they ask me, they always come into me in the last minute. I don't know why, but if you come before, maybe you're going to avoid all this last minute. So the couple came to me, and not the couple, the husband. He's crying, Rabbi Vaknin, you're the last hope. I said, first of all, you're wrong. He said, what is the wrong? I said, God is the last hope. Borei Olam is doing it, not me. What's the story? He told me the story. I told him, okay. He said, she went into the Ashkenaz rabbis. She wanted to divorce over there because by Sfaradim, they're not going to give the get. It is one of the most respectable Syrian family and the Syrian community. Very wealthy. He was the best friends with the president of Syria. You don't understand, distinguished families from the Syrian community. He said, Rabbi Vaknin, you're the last hope. I said, okay. You trust me? He said, 100%. I said, call the rabbi, tell him you want to divorce. Rabbi Vaknin, I brought you to Shalom Bayit. I said, do you trust me, yes or no? He said, yes. Tell the rabbi, Sunday you come into divorce. Okay? I told him, but at the same time, ask him what's the address. What's the address of the rabbi? Because she didn't want to tell him what's the address. So now that he wants to divorce, they give him the address. Friday, I went to the rabbi and spoke with him. I told him, listen, I have to be one of the dayanim. The wife doesn't know me. I went in. Two Ashkenaz and one Sephardi. Obviously, you can see that I'm Sephardi. Nobody suspects me to be Ashkenazi. Maybe some of you look like Ashkenazi, but with me, Baruch Hashem. So she's looking, and I see the eyes. Very strange that this rabbi is one of the dayanim. But she said, she doesn't know me. She said, okay, he's the rabbi. Now, she's not going to argue. We're talking about one of the biggest bedins in Flatbush. One of the biggest. One of the rabbis over there is child after child from the Gaon Mevilna. He's the Abedin. So, a minute that we start, 10 minutes later, the two Ashkenaz rabbi left. The rabbi told me that they're going to do it. And I'm sitting down only with the woman. And I'm looking at the woman and I start crying. And I'm crying for like 10 minutes. She said, why are you crying? I said, you already want to divorce with 4 children? And that time I had 4 children. And it was so easy to cry because I closed my eyes and I saw myself passing the same moment. Wow. I start crying. Now she didn't know that I'm crying for my issues. But I'm trying to be connected to you, to feel your pain. How can I feel your pain? So I put myself in that situation. If each one of us will put ourselves for these 1,400 Jews that died, for this over 200, almost 240 people that they are 50 days almost under the tunnels, it's going to be so easy for us to pray and to scream from the bottom of our hearts. Repeat after me. אנחנו רוצים משיח עכשיו. עד מתי? בורא עולם. עד מתי לצרה הזאת? Until when we're going to have this suffering? Until when that the Jewish nation will have to pass another Holocaust and another Holocaust? Until when the blood of the Jews is going to be so easy and so cheap? We want Mashiach. God, let us bring Mashiach and save all of us. And let's be married next week, Wednesday night. And ירושלים הבנויה. במהרה בימינו. Let us amen. Thank you very much. רבי חנין ירושלים ורצה כתוב ברוך הוא לזכות ישראל לפי חלבון היום במקום שנאמר אדוני חפץ למען צדקו להגדיל